Why, hello there. Greetings.
I can't see
Oh,
anything, Emmy.
I forgot to do that. Why, hello there. Greetings, and welcome back to a small Let's Play of a game called Captain Cyban. Phoenix Wright is attorney. I'm Emily, the Sparkleborn Princess.
And this is Ruudo reporting in.
Geese, we can now continue. Looks like we managed to stay in the game.
Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgy.
Hi, Gumsh.
Ain't something else, eh, pals? Detective Gummy! I'm not a detective anymore.
Of course it's not.
Poor bloat. Dang it. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Don't worry. I've already decided where to work now. What?
Interesting. We're gonna... Aww.
Wait, what? Your office! My office?
He's gonna be a defense attorney.
Sure! I'll take the place of a top-notch girl you used to work with.
She's still around.
What?
She's trying to be Maya, apparently.
Could he mean Maya? Well, that's like we're all of them, so. Jim can't start it. How is it he always gets the upper hand? It's not fair. He has the right to refuse to testify.
Settle down, Wright. Remember what the judge said.
But Chief, this is a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
Yep. And those risks we will invoke.
Risks? What did he mean by that?
It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. Who's this? Oh, that must be Emma,
This,
I think.
Emma.
You mean your office is right to say anything too? Yeah, we got the same idea.
Emma, are you okay?
Yeah, I came too. I was in the medical office. I'm listening to the trial from the gallery. I've been sneaky
So
all the time.
she heard everything.
Well, that's convenient.
What's going on?
That's convenient.
Emma? I'm sorry for what I said before.
I also appreciate that she has a sense of propriety just to stay in the gallery, not just waltz up and like, I'm here to take my place beside the defense. Okay? I'm awake now. Like every other person in the franchise.
Pretty much. I find that hilarious, though.
No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I always feel somehow relieved.
Relieved?
Curious. Yeah. I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. She did it all just to protect me. Well, yeah, I couldn't see why, because now she knows she actually is loved by her sister, and it's not just some random nonsense that causes her to be so cold and distant.
Either that, or like maybe she could have suspected that she got power hungry after she got promoted.
I suppose, but of course it makes no sense that she would try so hard to get herself convicted if that were the case. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her.
What do you mean?
What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gan's orders, she must have shut herself up deep inside, to force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do.
That must be why she became so cold. Tap.
Yeah, I'm just doing a chat. Okay, here we go. Now I should be prepared. Please. It's all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. But you didn't. You didn't. You didn't, my friend.
Don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal.
Good old
Gummy,
Gummy.
that's not how this works.
Chief Gummy be able to fool everyone else with his forgery. But can't fool my memory. I remember now. I know Mr. Marshall's in armor. How do you... Didn't we just state that you didn't know? Because it was dark?
Yes, and additionally, we could call this fabricated memories.
Yep,
You know, by convincing
exactly.
someone of something, they will eventually believe it.
Yep, that's exactly it. Memories are like that.
Plus, she's young and impressionable.
That and it's witness psychology 101 in general as well. Where people just will latch onto whatever impressions they have. They can see someone and think he's barefoot when he's actually not barefoot, or think he has a grey coat when he wasn't wearing a grey coat, for instance. And it's just how it works.
Oh, a red muffler.
Pretty much.
Oh, red muffler. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, that actually happened.
Pretty much. So this is just her filling in the blanks, as it were.
Or attempting to, anyway.
Yeah.
Even if they're completely incorrect.
Yep.
Let's see. I see. By the way, I'm liking right now. Okay, there you go. Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act. Emma, why don't you wait here?
No. I'm going with you. I want to be there. But Lana tells the truth. Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this.
Let's.
To be continued. Right off the gate. Here we go. Start of the episode. We should meet again. Nah.
Alright.
Silly. But so close as well. My gosh. Close. Of course it is.
Hey, look, we have an Emma back.
Yep.
David! Was defendant Miss Lana's guy, please take this stand.
Miss Lana Skye, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years.
Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Skye. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth.
Of course, the truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. Of course, she's gonna lie, and lie, and lie, because she's not in a position to do anything else yet. Oh.
Testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with kids.
Her hinges and testimony.
Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant.
Come on, have some faith in us. I'm gonna make you have faith. I'm gonna punch a hole straight through your testimony. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Doc convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma.
Are we sure about that?
We're sure it's wrong. It's a bunch of fish slapped together.
What a fine kettle of fish.
Yep.
Are you sure about this testimony?
Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure. Lana!
If this is true, then it means Chief Garrett has nothing to do with this.
That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you gotta help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me.
But what if she's telling the truth?
She's not. I know my own sister. I think we can assume that it's meant to be him whispering under his breath or something along those lines. And this is not
Yes.
formatted well.
Emma. Emma needs to whisper too then. Emma, are you reading my mind again?
Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony.
Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself.
That and she's just a psychologist.
It's cross-examination.
She was Athena before Athena. Just better.
Interesting. Press everything.
Of course. That is our tradition.
How many years exactly?
Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see. I was 24 then. So that would be 5 years.
Detective Scott were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases. She must have been good, coming from the same school as Mia.
Damon Gant was a respectable detective. That's why. There's no truth to this blackmail theory.
But think about it, Miss Guy. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail.
You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And I fabricated evidence 2 years ago, all by myself.
Did you do so to help your sister?
Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life.
But what she did was justifiable self-defense.
Yes. And if nothing else, it would result in a manslaughter charge, which is easily defensible, not something that you would be convicted of, or rather not something that you would serve much for, anyway.
I don't know how Japanese court rules, though.
Sure.
She wouldn't have been charged with anything.
That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him.
So, that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago?
My brother's my body, okay, cool.
You say you did this all by yourself?
Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body.
What?
Yeah, that's the thing that we surmise, I think.
But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident.
That's very curious though. Now, right, we surmised earlier that he was launched into that. So if she really was the first person in the scene, why was Marshall stuck with a knife? That's the question.
Stuck with the broken knife, yeah.
Yeah, that's only a situation you dreamed was possible. So she doesn't believe it. Or rather, she's trying to present it as such. Because
What?
the reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Doc? Something like that. That's a very vague statement. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Doc was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. Yep.
That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies.
All just to protect me.
This reminds me of a.
Reminds you what?
Huh, this reminds me of my first. No, I was trying to talk as Phoenix, and he just kept skipping.
You wouldn't make that clear. Okay.
Oh, this reminds me of my first case with Mia. You said something about lies getting more lies.
Gosh darn it. Bloody darn it.
Did you just load state?
Yes, I did. I did, because I was putting my glass down.
Okay, then let's try this again. Huh. This actually reminds me of my first case with Mia. He said something about lies them using lies to cover up more lies. Huh. A nice throwback. I miss you, Mia.
That's Mia.
What about this? So when you found a scene like this, what did you do? Oh, Mia's my mentor. She was the one who taught me how to, be a defense attorney.
That sounds steep.
Yes. She... Oh, crap. Cannon, no. What's wrong? Okay, sorry about that. He heard the dog next door.
I see. Oh.
Okay.
So
this is what everything boils down to.
yes. Supply applies on the wound, remove the body.
Blah, blah, blah. You planted the tip of Dark's knife in the stab wound? And then moved the body?
But why? Why would you do that? Also, yeah, I didn't skip that. The game did it automatically because
yep, I saw it.
You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders.
My head isn't that bad, but maybe I'd ask for the sake of the others.
What do you think?
Okay, so why did you plant the knife, or why did you move the body? What do you think?
I think what is save.
Actually, here, let's think about this first.
Yeah?
Okay, okay, let's first think about the first one.
Why do you plant the knife?
Why do you think she would need to plant the knife?
Because it would create a link between Doc's knife and Marshall's death.
Okay, second one. Alright, why do you think she would need to move the body?
She would need to move the body because where he was, it would create a link to Emma. That's what we surmised.
So which one do you think would be more incriminating against her?
This. But we're gonna pick this one anyway, because I want to see the dialogue.
Sure, why not? But why did you do that?
Come now, Mr. Wright. Even you should be able to figure it out. Interesting. Interesting.
The reason this guy fabricated the knife.
Okay. Cool. Now enough. And there would be all proof we needed. Okay, cool. That's the dialogue option now.
Okay, I hope the one for the correct answer is not taken away now.
Doesn't matter, I have a safe state.
Let's see, according to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife was the murder weapon, right?
I control all time and space. Yes, and leaving it in there might point the blame away from Doc. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted will be by having the tip of his knife found inside the victim's body.
So you buried it inside the victim's stab wound?
Yes.
Gross.
Because I hated Doc for what he did. My motivation was to get Doc convicted and had nothing to do with Emma. Okay.
Let's go back.
I don't think we pressed this before anyway.
No, I said let's go back. That way we can ask the ask the fourth statement again and change it.
I know, but okay, sure. Wait a minute.
No.
Yeah. There you go.
When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body?
It wasn't where you deduced it was, by Chief Khan's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple.
Just have the witness explain this in more detail.
Mm.
There is a misclaim of the body.
The piece of John that shattered have been threatened my plan. How so, miss? I am a murderer.
Pieces of the jar? You mean
Yes, that wretched jar Mr. Wright showed us earlier. In order to show that Doc committed a crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was already... Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Uh-huh. Neil Marshall was dead, and Doc was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle. Smooth
okay?
on now.
You see something wrong here, right?
Yep.
I see.
What's the matter, Emma?
Apparently, the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there's more to it than that.
There must be a contradiction here somewhere.
Like, for instance, how is it that the jar got a massive splotch of blood on it? Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone. Okay, last statement. There we go. But we know which statement is the problem. Probably.
So, you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer?
How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period.
Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence?
She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. Yeah, we know. We know, Emma. Don't you worry. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Mr. Wright, my sister's lying.
Looks like she's determined to protect you to the very end.
And probably just to be punished for betraying her office so hard.
She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself.
There's no way she could have done it alone. Okay, multiple angles, I see.
Got to get Lana to talk more.
Alright.
If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction.
Which she just did.
Like
The
the
gap
one that she
years.
just did earlier. Piece of
And
jar.
I would assume that's the jar itself. Because blood, if it shattered during the struggle,
Then how would Marshall write his name, or write Emma's name
yeah.
on the jar?
Objection. Yeah, that too.
Miss Sky, I understand how you feel.
Well, I might as well just say I hit it while I was trying to move my mouse.
How'd that happen?
Because I can't see stuff with my mic in front of me.
Okay. That means you need to lower your mic.
Something like that.
You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister.
The magic of angles.
You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered?
If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life
Interesting tax breaking.
will have been useless. Even so, I'm compelled to bring everyone's
Everyone's attention.
to a significant contradiction within your testimony.
A contradiction in my testimony? In my
You
testimony?
testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the event threatened my plan."
That's right. That's right.
Do you have a problem with that?
It's a simple oversight, really.
Hmm.
You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood.
Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments. You see the problem with what you just said right now, do you not?
Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar,
Hmm.
it must not have yet been broken before he died.
Uh,
He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar.
furthermore, why would he write Emma's name if we are taking what you have been saying, that she has nothing to do with the crime? Think about that one, Nada. Well,
Order! Order!
I'm back and we can continue.
Hi, back. I'm Reyes.
Silly. Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. Jesus, language, Edworth. We may be missing something
Bloody.
critical here.
Something critical?
I just defaulted that to him just cursing about it. It makes that line funny to me. Chief
What, you're making
Prosecutor.
him curse?
Chief Prosecutor, it seems you are as in the dark as we are. I mean, because, you know, like, they evidently made it just, they describe it having the quality of being bloodied. But as you know, in Britain, there's this curse by the name of
Yep, I know.
bloody, which is actually very strong language. And as we know, he's typically considered to be British, at least according to his voice actor and mannerisms and everything about his design.
Objection!
So it was just kind of funny to me. It's like suddenly outright cursing in court, and Phoenix is like, and Edworth, are you feeling okay? You seem kind of angry. What do you mean I'm angry? We're just kind of cursing a lot there. Oh my gosh.
You're silly.
Language humor. So I am. About the truth toward which we're headed. What? 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 Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth.
Very well. The witness may now be continuing her testimony.
Alright. New testimony. Colliams. I immediately noticed the blood traces in the jar. But it was dark in the room and didn't have excuse me. And I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered.
You mean you are the one who wiped away this message in blood?
My first thought, though, is why would she need to wipe it away if it's...
Exactly. I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Doug was a real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Obviously.
Very well. The witness may now begin its cross-examination.
Unless she's saying that, oh, I was just kind of green at the time. I didn't think that it was important to keep blood on a thing that was bloodied because it looked bad and it was a nice jar. I don't know.
Goodness, this is so silly.
Did you read this line?
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool. Just double checking sometimes because I don't trust my own memory when it comes to this sort of thing. Oh.
GG. So, the jar was already broken?
It's a miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier.
It sort of looks like as feeble as defense police.
Not really.
I'm not as feeble as the judge's judgment.
You were an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces? That's quite feeble, wouldn't you say? Normally I would have. That's all you have to say? But it was dark in the room, I don't have to take it out. Okay, cool. Convenient.
So you didn't know your sister's name was written in the jar?
No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust. I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust.
Well, that helps my case.
Is there
Additionally, if she had done that, she wouldn't have been proven innocent right now. That's at least what I'm thinking, anyway.
that too? I wonder, is there a crime for destroying evidence?
Yes.
What is it called?
It's called tampering with evidence.
Okay, so it's just tampering. Cool. Because I would think that there's a much greater sentence compared to, just poking the evidence or moving it about. Because if you're destroying it altogether, then the evidence is gone. Poof. Nothing. There is no link. There's no lead. Hence, at least I would have assumed. I would have assumed that it was stronger.
Depends on which levels you're convicted for it. If it's something minor, then it could just be like up to 1 year of jail. But if it's like a felony, you can have up to 20 years in prison.
Fair enough. Alright. I believe you read this line.
Yep.
Lana, can you do that for me?
Emma, not right now, please.
What? It's pretty sweet. Even if it is illegal.
And she's kind of going to jail right now. We kind of need to focus.
Oh, yeah, right.
I need a Maya.
Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. If someone happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to raise the evidence. You must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came.
This is really shocking.
No, guarantees.
I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened. Lag!
Oh, sorry. What do you mean? He said. Judge said, what do you mean?
Lag!
Alright. Cool.
No, it's still frozen on my side.
Okay. Just say what do you mean, by the way. As judge.
There you go. If you really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood.
What else could I have done in that situation? Lana. I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. Well, you didn't, evidently.
But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office.
She doesn't need to see. A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Well, that's convenient. Even I carry my bottle of emergency luminol whenever I go.
That's
It's like
nice to know, Emma.
it's a great alternative to a flashlight. Try it. Just go out at night, carry a bunch of luminol, spray everything you see. That way you can never get lost in the darkness.
But I'm pretty sure we still need a flashlight to be able to see in the dark.
Nope, you don't need it. Just a bunch of spraying luminol. Just a spray bottle of luminol.
Emma, alright, if I spare you luminol, we'll just glow in the dark.
I would prefer not to. I don't want to take a shower right now. I want to follow the trial.
Right.
I never miss anything. I got every last piece.
So you illegally rearranged the crime scene.
Yep,
And
we
shows
established
you
as much. Yes, I don't have any excuse for my actions.
I'm so sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I've treated you so badly all this time.
It's not too late.
Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum,
There's still plenty of time to make up.
bum, bum, bum.
After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident.
No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prosecutor's office.
More contradictions have surfaced in her testimony.
Your sister's really putting up a fight.
So she is.
She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way.
Nope.
Ah,
I think I finally figured out the contradictions in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around.
I noticed the blood traces in the jaw, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have
Okay,
time
you
to
already, know
check it
you
out.
already know what the problem is, right?
I haven't processed everything properly. Don't say anything.
Okay.
I didn't have time
Okay.
to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. To be safe from what was the question, and the fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered, which, again, kind of, why? What could you just, okay, right. One final possibility,
There are only
yeah.
only 5 statements, so... So let's think about this. Does this give us anything?
So,
Emmy?
yeah, she is saying,
Did you hear me?
yeah, I heard you,
Okay,
but
yeah,
don't
this
say
doesn't give us
anything.
anything.
It doesn't give us anything, no. But I was dark in the room and I didn't have to check it out. I didn't have time because you came in, you wanted to fabricate the crime scene. And we've already kind of gotten the confession that she was fabricating the scene for Emma's sake. Because why else would she do it? She wanted Doc to... Although she's saying that
You're saying, Emmy.
What? Am I a robot? Am I back?
Yep, slightly better. It went bad again. Gosh dang it.
Alright. Alright, let's try this. Okay. Better? No, okay. Alright. Dip out. Dip in.
Hello.
Hi. Try again. Alright.
Okay. So what are you saying?
What she's saying, what she's claiming, is that she was fabricating evidence because she wanted Doc to be convicted. Not because Emma was responsible in any way, she says. Even though we all know that the word Emma was written in blood on the urn. And she's been saying that it definitely broke down the struggle. I think, but it was Doc in her room, didn't have time to check it out. She knew she wanted to do this quickly. I don't think that's something we can test. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. And she claims she didn't see the name. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. She didn't see the blood. Why would she do that?
She said that she saw traces of blood. So
She did, but she didn't see it spell out the name Emma. Because she said
she could have done it in a panic.
the fragments were large. I'm sure I got them all. I mean, they were large, weren't they?
Final fragment found in Gaunt's safe. Remember?
Yeah, they were. And I thought that for sure that somehow it got separated, but if she got them all and they were in cahoots, which we have been trying to say, then there's nothing saying that Gan couldn't have just asked for the final fragment to put in the thing, to put in the safe.
Well, the thing is though that she remember like her
Yeah.
testimony right now is that she did it alone.
Yeah.
So then like
Oh, okay. So that I see where it goes. The question is wait, Gan safe is not an option, so it's a draw again. There you go.
Miss Kai, I believe this jar conceals a very a truth even you were unaware of.
What?
We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gaunt's safe.
In the chief's safe? But how?
I knew it. She really didn't know.
I don't know what she didn't know, but okay.
She didn't know that that her name that Emma's name was written on it.
Yeah, she didn't know. She didn't know that, but she got the time to wipe
And she
away
thought
the
that,
blood, she says. But wait.
And she thought that she got all the pieces.
Why? How would you not get all the pieces if she was there to see the blood stain? Because what
Like,
this...
remember,
Yeah?
according to her testimony, she was the first one to arrive on scene.
Yeah?
You
Which
know,
we know is false, but...
after Neil died.
Yeah, but...
And remember, according to Gon's testimony, which we probably should also believe, he went down, not up.
Yeah?
Meaning that if we're to believe Lana's testimony, that means that let's see, if we were to believe Lana's testimony, in that she's sure that she got all the pieces and she was the first one on the scene, that means she should have been able to get all the pieces.
Exactly.
But since Gaunt has one of the pieces in his safe, that means she wasn't the first one on scene.
Yeah, I know this is the thing that we're trying to indicate here, but the piece that Gad had was the one that had blood splattered on it. Okay, so maybe she's there was blood elsewhere then.
No. Think about this. Remember, according to the earlier testimony, Marshall would have written the name on the jar.
Yeah.
However, for him to write on it, it needs to have not been broken. But
Yeah.
Lana just stated that it was broken when she got there.
Which we know is a lie. We know that.
Okay, now let's put a time frame.
Yeah.
When let's see. When would someone have been able to grab a piece of the jar, but have it
previously,
but make it not wiped, but not have it wiped off?
Before Lana came in.
Yep.
But how would she be able to see the piece that had blood on it then if Gant came in?
No, listen.
Yeah.
Listen. All the pieces had some of the pieces had blood on them because they were written it had Emma's name written on it.
Yeah.
Lana testified that she wiped away as much blood as she could.
So there were other pieces with blood on it.
Look at the unstable jargon, please.
Okay. Because that's the only thing that made sense, but yeah, okay, there's a little bit more.
Check. Can we zoom in?
Yeah, sure. Although I seem to remember that when we assembled this, There was no blood until this piece
Uh,
came in there.
no, there were red splotches, remember?
Okay.
And that was blood.
Okay, I didn't remember that at all. That's why.
Uh,
Because I thought it was supposed to be a really big thing that when we just finally found the last bit of the jar, because blood. That's what I remember anyway. That was just what threw me off. But okay, it makes a
uh,
little bit more sense now. Do you read this line?
let's see. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it.
But the witness just testified that she got every last piece and wiped the blood off of them.
Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gaunt got there before you.
Rabble, 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 rabble.
Well, but couldn't they just have separate based on this?
Objection.
I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective.
That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Huh, can you believe that?
Objection. Your, pardon my phrasing, but senility is not relevant here. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken.
Oh, huh.
There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness.
I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Good. At the time, he was looking for Dark downstairs. Besides, even he was there first. Why would he break the jar?
Thank you for objecting before the line was finished. Okay.
Let's see. The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide the fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that?
Suddenly,
Wait, is
the judge is on trial all of a sudden.
Indeed. This is so silly.
Yes, it is.
Wait, I'm not the
Trail
one on
here.
trial here.
Wait, I'm not the one on trail here?
Let's have a warm round of applause for the localizers.
Oh my gosh.
Demon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposefully hid one of the broken pieces. Question. What is this action called?
Fabrication?
But why would Chief Good do that?
In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear?
What happened afterwards?
Discovering the scene, Lana Sky believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Doc, sparing Emma. And here is the reason. The reason why Miss Sky became the chief's puppet. No, I did it on my own.
Did you just bite your finger?
Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief.
Yeah, she did. And it bled as well. So, yeah, she drew blood with her teeth. She's now going to become a Wendigo.
I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake.
No, you
Emma, do you
didn't.
have a band-aid in there?
It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies. The most foul lies to defend their clients. What are you? Are you Rafa all of a sudden? What the heck?
Let's see, hold on. Defense attorney make up the most heinous and foul lies, I think was supposed to be.
Maybe. Yeah.
Localization team, good job. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client.
Indeed.
I guess he doesn't seem to be the type who likes twisted.
I object to that!
Where are you? Gurainis? Okay.
Wait a minute. What if... we're still smack dab in the middle of Gaunt's trap?
How do you figure? Because right now,
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
Lana's still as unhelpful as ever, but we're still making progress to show that she's lying.
Lana may be right after all.
I wonder, what is this trap he's talking about? What do you mean, right? Are you looking away from the truth? Right now? Of all times? You've been championing for it all this time, and now you just... What's going on in your head?
So,
A lot of things,
do
Vicky.
tell for lies, that's right.
Miss Kai, please testify once more.
But...
If evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie.
Alright.
But I do remember knocking on Mr. Blah 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 blah. Tongue twisters. But I do remember knocking on Mr.
Knock,
Marshall.
Knock knock, who's there? It's Mr. Marshall.
And is dead.
Miss Kai, if you will.
I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Is she going to now? Is she going to, I wonder?
Alright, the witness may testify once more for the final time.
Final time, eh? When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on the seat of arms floored. Emma and Dark was lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Well, she just sold out Gant.
Yep.
Unbelievable. The body
We did
was
it.
impaled on
We
the
finally did it. We finally did it. Get your asinine butt in here, Gant. We're gonna shove a sword of truth down your throat. That's what we're gonna do.
I thought we were gonna shove that thing down his ass. Or up his ass.
I wonder where you think anatomy is located now. You were the only one who saw that, if you only had proof. Actually, I do have proof. Oh, I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. Oh.
What? To me?
Wait a second. Okay, wait, okay. It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed.
Wait, what? But I don't remember receiving a picture like that!
Yeah, it was hidden in the evidence files.
Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you.
Yeah, she really does. That's why
I
she's
believe
been decrying us all the time and been resisting our every attempt to prove her innocent. That's a lot of faith she has, truly.
Well, Mr. Wright, present this picture.
Okay.
I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana.
It must be hidden.
Lana said she gave it to Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right?
Are you feeling okay, Emma?
Yeah, I'm just tripping on my words.
I seem to remember getting something from her then. But it wasn't a picture, it was a picture book.
Let's check that evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere.
Because we received two things from Emma. Evidence law and the SM9 incident files. It has to be this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I'm pretty sure that's the
Yep.
thing that she didn't give us.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what the heck? I can't interact with... Wait, did I... Okay, I guess so.
We weren't able to interact with it before. Can we just check it?
The heck?
Rotate?
I guess it must be...
Rotate?
Yeah.
Rotate?
Can't interact with that, can't
Try
interact...
looking at the pages.
I am. Not here.
Upside down, I guess.
Yeah, it has to be a bookmark somewhere, I guess. Maybe?
Oh,
No?
there it is.
Wait, I can't see it.
Okay,
Huh?
I wonder how to interact with this properly then. Let's see, let's
It's
zoom
not
out.
here, it's not here. Can't interact with anything here. Curious. Ah, here's an examination. What? What was
The
it?
back cover.
I just hovered over it.
Turn it to the back. Make us look at the back.
This is the back.
No, the back, not the binding. The back, not the binding. Rotate it horizontally.
Ah, there
There.
it is. Cool, thanks. There we go. Why pays to read, Phoenix?
Hey, there's a picture here.
That's like, oh my
yeah.
gosh, I put my faith in this idiot.
Oh. Oh my. Is this the actual crime scene?
No, the detective saw the crime scene like this. That's because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after we arranged the scene. Seriously, it's like, I've been telling it, tell the truth, tell the truth, tell the truth. And it's like, you didn't read this book. You didn't check it. Okay. Oh, that's what happens.
That's right. A piece cut out from his vest. Could that be?
The glove we found inside Chief Gon's safe.
Indeed. Wonder what that means, though.
What's this?
This is like the smartest idiot in the world. Most brilliant idiot, rather.
It's a handprint. That cloth. It had fingerprints on it. Why the who's that? What? Whose ever fingerprints that was on? Must be a real murderer.
That's an interesting...
You know what? That's technically right.
I guess? I've just never seen that before.
Let me look it up.
It's an awkward word, I feel.
But yeah, it says here that it's used rarely. Like it's more common to use whoever's.
Yeah, I know. Certainly seems more intuitive than this.
What? But those fingerprints. They're yours, Emma.
She knows.
Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright?
Anyway,
Because
let's...
I'm trying to match my shirt.
But you're blue.
Let's get on with it. Go, G.
Well, purple is a nice color, but I don't really see it suiting your face all that well. Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you can tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. That's a mistrial. Just saying.
I could.
Ruudo, the defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Because the prosecutor is not, it's just saying the defendant did not do the crime. So it's like, what happens?
I
Oh.
don't know.
I'm being way too amused by
Press
how many weird things
everything.
happen. Sure. As usual, yeah, sure. Hold it! And Gat is already here to be a bat. Hello. Hi.
Come now, Uji.
You're not letting us do the gameplay thing, you bastard.
This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen.
I mean, the prosecution just said that the defense didn't. I mean, the defendant didn't commit the crime. It didn't, offer any other thing that would kind of cause some sort of responsibility. I'm pretty sure that's a mistrial. I'm fairly certain, because if a defense is not defending and the prosecution is not prosecuting, then what is it? Then what's the trial? Oh,
Simple, it's a Phoenix Wright game.
I guess. Oh.
Chief Good.
I what now? You want to make me out as the bad guy too?
Oh.
If so, I'd like to put a word or two in my defense.
Have you ever heard of the fifth? I'm afraid it's too late for that.
What?
You already declined testimony. That means you're forfeiting your right to make statements of any sort.
This must be the risk the judge was talking about.
Bradley? Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. That's quite a line.
I saw it. You think me worried?
Are you okay? Like, I think lightning just struck inside a courtroom somehow.
He's Zeus, apparently.
I guess.
Huh? Hey, sorry to disappoint you.
Well, that was random.
But I don't need to make any statements.
What do you mean?
The evidence will do all the talking for me.
That you fabricated, sir.
Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence.
Interesting interpretation.
Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean
Okay, so
you still have some conclusive evidence?
No, I don't. But someone does.
someone, Lana, probably.
Someone?
So then, what's your excuse, Raito?
Uh-huh. What's this about?
Why you been keeping quiet about it?
We have evidence?
You do have something to show us, right?
Well, other than the cloth, of course. Where?
Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death.
You know, you're starting to sound like an entirely different nationality now.
Sorry. My bad. I think it's just me.
Aye, conclusive
Well,
evidence.
dead from the
There is
cat.
no room for doubt.
Aye, conclusive evidence. That leaves no room for doubt.
Is this true, Mr. Wright?
Gotta keep that fairiness.
Let's see. If I show that piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be mad out as the murderer.
What do we do? I wonder.
Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appear before the Board of Inquiries.
Ah, that was so slow. What do I
Yeah.
do now?
Probably because they was
We
angry.
do nothing. I'd better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision.
Yeah, I think we present it now. We just convict Emma.
Yeah, we just do nothing. Besides, go look at the court record.
Yeah?
Go look at the evidence law.
That just
Okay, check. What
no
are the
evidence shall be
rules?
shown that the proof of the police demand was irrelevant in the case in trial. Okay, so we good.
Okay, right now that piece of cloth is not relevant to this case.
Yep. So we're good.
Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall?
Okay, as much as I like doing this, I can't do this, Emma. We're not doing it.
Yep. don't have any evidence to present at this point in time. What? You lie.
Chief Goat?
You opened me safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence.
Yes, the evidence that's gonna put you in the gallows, sir.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Smooth right.
Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together.
Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you?
Interesting thing you just said there.
You know whose fingerprints are on it? That's why you won't present it.
What are you talking about, Chief Gant?
Aye, can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area?
It looks like a part of it has been cut off for some reason.
Somehow. Do you mean you had this in your safe? Is a criminal in the South?
What? That means you, the chief of police. Concealing evidence?
Now you see what kind of man he is, Angie?
It's going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department.
Indeed. It's like... Yeah, this is definitely foreshadowing Dual Destinies.
Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the goal, Raito. I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened.
Oh, really? Will you now?
What? You to it?
Da ba ba ba
I was the first person to arrive at the scene of the crime that day.
da ba da da da.
It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana.
Why are you admitting this?
Additionally, I'm not sure why we're even taking this.
Why are we taking what? His statements?
I'm not even entirely sure why we're taking this. Technically, we can't accept his testimony anymore, remember?
Yeah, right, exactly. We can't.
So really, we're manipulating her.
So we're kind of bending the rails a bit.
I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid.
So... in doing this, you are not only making everything about the case against Lana Sky suspect, you are also confirming that Emma probably didn't actually kill anyone.
Not necessarily. Right now, he's still banking on,
The cloth and things, yeah. But he just said that he just confessed to fabricating evidence and also manipulating Lana and messing with the crime scene prior to Lana coming there.
I mean that. However, at the same time, that doesn't exactly mean that that Lana's innocent. Sorry, that mean that Emma is innocent. If he made more evidence to make it seem like Emma is more guilty, then
Yeah.
that's more power to him. You know what I mean?
Okay. Do you read this line?
Because like saying that he made more evidence to incriminate Emma does not mean that Emma is not guilty.
I guess, but although I think most courts of law would be kind of skeptical then. They would certainly want to eliminate all of the falsified evidence first before they say that, oh, okay, she still did it.
Oh well. So we continue?
Okay. So you were assistant Miss Sky?
I told her to rain. Damn it. Screen, why?
Good job. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I thought I would read this quickly.
I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had to plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room.
And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dog convicted. You bastard! How dare you!
I know hard feelings, Worthy.
Oh, the many hard
It is
feelings
what
when I
it is.
throw this boot in your face.
That would be assault, Jay. That would be assault, Worthy. I don't think you would want that, especially what happened last year.
Oh, I'm sure it's justified self-defense at this point, Chief.
We don't think so. Especially since you're doing it in front of a court of law. this rambling is... Okay, are the little girls finished fighting already?
Like you're one to talk with your shrill. I don't know. I kind of just lost my train of thought. It's too hot. I'm melting again.
Okay.
Let's move on.
When we arranged the scene of the crime,
Mm.
I had 2 pieces of evidence.
Mm.
I did this before Alana arrived at the scene. 2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe?
Why?
For insurance. Of course. Insurance? I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed.
Yeah, man, you weren't calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence?
What do you take me for? A fool? Excuse me. I didn't make police chief by dumb luck.
No, you made police chief by fabrication.
I see this jar fragment.
I know I didn't strictly do that, but well.
I hid the most legible part of Emma's name.
Nice.
I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces.
Objection. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate that mess in his jar too?
Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept 1 more item for insurance.
You mean that piece of cloth?
Come on, Raito. Cough it up already. I know you have it.
Okay.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
Emma, you're being
So,
remarkably
So,
reliant right now.
yep, apparently she is. So, you admit to it then, Chief Gaunt? That you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe? I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer.
Interesting, but why, though, is the question. What was your motivation?
What do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could...
Foolish move, Raito. You should have shown it before it was too late.
Good thing we have a defense.
It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived.
Sure it has. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. We show
As long as I don't
evidence.
mess up here, victory is mine.
We show evidence,
Show it.
right? Yeah, we show the
Yep.
freaking evidence and all in your face. Because you clearly need to read.
Your Honor, I do have evidence now. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now.
Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall.
Okay, so do we not show the evidence though?
We show the freaking cloth now.